None the wiser podcast.
That goes in a sense in hand with something I was watching earlier, innit? I was watching this interview with Georgia Smith. Yeah. And the woman who's interviewing her is a very cash interview, innit? Like on sofa and all the pizzas and them things there, innit? Yeah. I can't remember the interviewer's name, so apologies. But it got into a conversation. She asked Georgia Smith about, it's called pretty privilege.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. And Georgia Smith's response was, yeah, sometimes they refer to me as, oh, you know that buff girl, or you know that pretty girl, before they refer to her as, oh, you know that art, oh, you know that, yeah, Georgia Smith, the singer, the artist. Do you know what I mean? And I never really thought about it before, but pretty privilege is a real thing.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah. Of course it is.
You know what I mean?
The first thing you see about someone is what they look like.
But it's mad. It's mad.
You know what I'm saying?
And men are.
If she's buff, obviously, like a man, if she's buff, is gonna treat her nicely. Just is what it is. Probably more likely to get a job.
Yeah, like she was, because she was saying, I can't remember the whole thing in it, but she was saying how like she'll go. Yeah, she was saying she'll go certain places, and it's like they'll recognize her as an artist in a sense of, because it's like if you just see like Rihanna, you know she's a singer, but then automatically from a guy's perspective, even a girl's perspective, she said there's sometimes a form of jealousy from girls because of how I look, and then it's like from a guy's perspective, it's like, okay, I know you're a singer, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? You're like, you're buff. You know what I mean? And it's mad.
You know what? For me, I've seen buff celebrities in person, and you know when you're just realizing who someone is. Just before that, you think, "Ooh, who's that?" Like a buff thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
If I saw Rihanna like in London shopping or whatever, I'd be like, "Oh, who's that?" Oh, okay, that's Rihanna. Oh, it's Rihanna. That's the first thing before anything.
I won't lie in it. I've watched many videos on the Colour Show. The performances on the Colour Show, and I've seen women on there, and I purposely have clicked on it. I've clicked on it because they are. And I'll be real with it. I have. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go on like I haven't done it, because I have, and I've clicked on it because they're buff. But then at the same time, it's like when I find out they can sing, I'm like, rah, this girl's pretty and she can sing. That's hard.
Marketable.
That's how you do it. Maybe because I have that kind of brain where I'm like, straight away after I find out they can actually sing, I'm like, yeah, you're actually marketable. You're actually sick. Like, you will do well because you're pretty and you're talented.
How many female singers can you actually look and be like, oh, she's nasty, and she's biased? There's not many.
Not many.
Not that I can think of.
Not that are popular.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? There are singers that I will not find attractive, and I will still listen to them. Regardless.
Yeah, of course.
And I will still, if I like their music enough, I will still watch their videos if I come across it.
You got a fair ass car. What's that woman? That's the last one I can remember. Okay,
Who's that?
Who's that?
Fast car.
Yeah, that song. You got a fair ass. It's an old song anyway, bro.
Anyway, I'm not gonna start listing people who are ugly.
I'm saying
that's pretty privileged.
I'm saying like there's not many, right? So in terms of popularity and what is marketable, that's like 70% of the thing for the most part.
And
the Bad Bobby, whatever her name is, man.
Bad Bobby, who's that? Oh, they catch me out. They catch me outside. How about that?
She's not particularly talented, innit? You know. They're probably writing her bars.
They're writing her bars, definitely.
Yeah.
Cold
the
out
only
that.
thing she is a shell. She's a conduit, bro, for whatever it is they're trying to push.
Conduit. That's a good word, like that.
Yeah, man.
But might I add, it's not just women though. This shit happens with men, bro. How many times
handsome?
Like handsome men. You know what I mean? Handsome privilege. That's the same thing, bro.
Another thing.
Because I've seen it on X Factor. So you know, Britain's Got Talent. Them shows there where they're
biased.
They're a good looking chap, you know, and they're shit at what they do, but the judges are like, or especially the female judges are like, you know what? I'll give him another chance. About him. I like the way I like the way your tone goes up a little bit and then it goes down. You need to work on this, but I'm gonna put you freaky in your buff.
They don't say that bit.
No, they don't say that, but it's implied.
Yeah.
It's implied, especially when the crowd's all going.
Yeah.
All the women in the crowd.
I mean, yeah, man, pretty privileged. It just shows how shallow humans are, isn't it, really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Part of the thing.
We're innately shallow. It is what it is. But then we have our own conscious reminders.
Why is that?
Okay, we shouldn't treat people like that.
Why is that?
So
What? Why is what?
Is symmetry a thing? To where symmetry is actually what attraction is?
No, because then I tell you why.
Similarly ugly.
I tell you, no. I tell you why. Yeah. I tell you why. Yeah, because this is. I remember reading it a few years ago. Yeah, they done the whole symmetry thing on who at the time in I think what's that fucking is it FHM's World's Prettiest Women or whatever it is?
Probably.
Yeah, they took the prettiest woman at the time. I can't remember who it was, and they done the whole symmetry thing. You know what I mean? The science behind the symmetry.
Sophia Vergara.
And it turned out she was not symmetrical.
Yeah.
She wasn't. But she was still deemed the prettiest woman. So when it comes to symmetry, I don't know if you can
As I
really
said, it
base
could be
on
similarly ugly.
that. Yeah.
Like, don't
I mean,
like,
yeah.
no, man, it's true.
And we said it in previous podcasts, you know what I mean? It comes down to beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly.
It comes personal preference.
That's
but then you got to admit there are people in this world where they're going to have more people like them because of their looks.
Yeah, because universally they're...
universally they are just good looking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Interesting still. You know what? I was thinking about this, yeah? Because I saw... You know, do you ever see those, like, body transformations and stuff like that? Like, people are, like, fat and out of shape and suddenly... Like, 6 months or a year down the line, you know what I'm saying? They're chiseled.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's like, what is it about someone being in shape that makes them that, however much percentage more attractive?
Alright, this is just my view on it, yeah? When you see someone who's in shape, in my head it shows that they're not a lazy person.
Even then,
they're willing to be active. They have a form of energy about them. They have some form of get up and go instead of just being a couch potato. You know, it shows in some sense maybe that they watch what they eat. You know, so behind that you have to have some form of intelligence to understand how food digestion works and all of that stuff, like what you intake in your body. So you must have some form of intelligence to pattern out your planning and all of that shit. You know what I mean? There's different things, bruv. You know, and just aesthetically, it does look better. I'm sorry, like. It might sound bad, but it just does. Yeah. You know, and it's just the human condition, bro.
I wanted to talk about this. I watched this program. I can't remember what channel it was on. I think it was Channel 4 or something like that, yeah? They had this program where these people go into a house, yeah? And these are all basically fat people, yeah? And I forgot what it's called, man. Anyway, they're all fat people. They all go into this house. And you basically see all the different outlooks they have on being fat.
Is this where they draw up their diet plans and all of this stuff, and they actually try to diet?
I haven't seen that. So no, I watched one episode, one or two episodes, yeah. And it's interesting because there was this one woman that was really rubbing me the wrong way, man. She was this woman who's like about fat acceptance and like how, you know, it's good to be fat. There's no such thing as a good or bad diet. Are you out of your mind, woman?
You are deluded.
You know,
deluded.
Yeah, man.
You are deluded.
And, you know, there's other people who are there who are genuinely worried. Do you know what I'm saying?
What about themselves?
And they want to change. But she's like, no, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. But within them, they know something's wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're out here trying to convince them that something's right.
I hear what you're saying, but she's allowed to have that opinion.
She's allowed to have that opinion, but guess what?
And don't get me wrong in it, yeah? Do you know how many bigger people, yeah, I've seen, yeah? Men as well, like no homo in it, but men as well, yeah? you can see under their weight that they are either handsome or they are pretty.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? Like, I've seen enough big girls, that are pretty. They're mad pretty, bruv. Some of them are prettier than these slim things, fam.
Yeah.
And that's real, innit? But it comes down to your own self-confidence. If you don't feel happy within yourself, then
it's gonna show.
Then it's gonna show, and it will show on the outside as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it will manifest in different ways. So, for her to say you're beautiful still, it's good in a sense of because it's giving them a form of self-esteem. But sometimes you can say something to someone and truly mean it, but if they don't believe it, it don't matter. You know?
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. But I just don't get it because she was saying all these things, man.
Maybe she's in denial.
She was just that just aren't true.
Well, that's not true. No.
There's no doctor just gonna tell you, oh yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing.
All fat people, when they go to the doctor, they have this thing, and they were saying this in the program where when they go to the doctor says, "Listen, if you were in shape, you wouldn't have this issue."
No, that's real though.
Like you fell over and broke your leg or whatever.
Because you're a bit top heavy, man. You're a bit top heavy, yeah.
Stop laughing.
you got to balance it out.
Why are you making it worse?
Oh God.
You fell.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at the people. I'm just laughing at the way you. I'm laughing at the way you put things across, bro. But yeah, carry on.
It's just that you fell over. You know what came into mind when I said you fell over? You know when people go, you fell over. Yeah. You fell over and it makes it worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you fell over and you're heavy and it makes it harder for you to recover and things like that. It just makes it harder.
Not even that. You're especially if you're already. Let's say you're already quite a built person in general, like you the big bone thing, yeah. And then you're adding excess, unnecessary weight to your body mass, yeah? And now that's just compressing down on your bones, bruv. You're going to get mad backache, bruv. Knees, backache. That's why people have cankles.
Cankles.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's real, though. It's real.
It is real. I'm not trying to be deep, but it's real. And for the woman to say your diet doesn't matter, bro, if that was true, I will be eating fried chicken every day. I'll be eating what I want. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I'll be eating everything that I fucking love because the majority of bad shit's fucking banging.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
And I'll be eating it.
She said, "Oh, I'm an instinctive eater or something."
Instinctive eater.
She's out here eating Mars bars, all sorts.
No, you've got a seafood diet. You see food, you eat it.
But this is the thing, yeah.
Instinctive. She's chasing down shopkeepers.
I just don't think it's healthy. What? I just don't think it's healthy. Do you know what I'm saying? To promote that lifestyle. I understand it's good to love yourself, but at the same time, you have to have some reality about it.
I will say this though, I don't think it's healthy if you have a choice over it. Some people don't have a choice about their size. Some people have medical conditions, which is real, innit? But if you can control it, but you're not doing so because of the food you intake and you don't exercise or you know what I mean. Let me tell you now, do a 20-minute little cardio workout. Push-ups, sit-ups, you know what I mean, burpees. Do it 20 minutes.
Wait,
yeah, no.
Burpees are really hard.
Alright, cool, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Do planking, you know what I'm saying? So all of that, and trust me, do it 2 days, and then have a break maybe, and then do another 2 days and have a break. But do that and you'll lose weight, I'm telling you, and eat right. You'll lose weight.
The eating thing is 90% of the battle, bro.
Yeah, it is.
If you could do the eating thing and not work out, trust me, you'll see some results.
And the worst thing is, more time is psychological. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm bad with it because I see food literally and I will want to eat it if it's there.
Seafood diet.
Yeah, literally, I do. I have that seafood diet, bro. Like sometimes I'll go in if I order a takeaway, for example, I always try to see what the most healthy banging option is. But then I just get sidetracked because I see some other shit and I'm like, yo, I know it's gonna be so banging, fam. And I'm like, ah, fuck it, I'll get that. Do you know what I mean? So it does come down to your thought process. You need to be disciplined with it. You know what I mean? Like, everyone slips with it. Don't get me wrong. Everyone slips. I don't care. No one can tell me that they don't slip.
But the thing is, yeah, I feel like people, where people go wrong is they choose a diet that's not sustainable. Yeah? You need to choose a diet that you can sustain for years and years and years.
Yo, stop drinking Coke.
Yeah, stop drinking. I don't even drink fizzy drink. I don't even drink juice anymore.
I can't lie, I drink fizzy drinks.
That's like the first step.
But it's fizzy drinks in moderation.
Listen, I have a fizzy drink once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I remember at one point I had a can of Dr. Pepper in the fridge for about 4 or 5 days. Drinking it slowly. I know it's sad. It's sad, yeah, but it's fucking true, bro.
That is me with fizzy drinks, yeah. I can't lie, I'll drink fizzy drinks. But the thing is with me as well, I bang out water. I bang out water.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I probably go over the recommended amount a day for water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drink water, bro.
The thing about sugar in the form of a drink and in the form of a sweet and all these things like
liquid candy
is you consume more than you realise.
Yeah,
and
I think kind of Coke's got like what 8 spoonfuls of sugar or 16 or something.
This is the thing, This is the thing.
It's mad.
Now, I watched a documentary about this. How sugar affects the body. When it's taken in that dose. So if it's just pure like sugar like that, where it's not got the fiber and all the things to kind of slow down the metabolism and the digestion of it, what it will do is it actually slows your white blood cells.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
for a time. I think it's like a 5-hour time period. If you eat like a sweet, like a few sweets or whatever, in that time period of like 5 hours, depending on the amount of sugar, obviously, your white blood cells will slow down, so your immune system actually takes a hit, which is crazy.
Do you know what Tropicana? You know little bottles of Tropicana?
I don't drink.
34 grams of sugar, bro.
See what I'm saying? You can't drink that.
Do you know what's mad though? They like obviously we all know fizzy drinks are sweet, innit? Yeah, but what's mad, yeah, is so a Coke is obviously sweet, yeah, but I think I can't remember how many sugars. It's either 8 or 16 or something in between that, in it, yeah, of spoonfuls of sugar in a can of Coke, yeah. But I still don't think it tastes as sweet as if I done a cup of tea and I put like 4 sugars in it.
Yeah.
So somewhere down the line, they're putting this in, but they're diluting the sweetness somewhere down the line, because with that amount of sugar, I feel like it should taste sweeter than what a tea is with 4 sugars.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're doing.
It's the flavour, man.
It's something. They're doing something. They're either cooking it down a certain way.
High fructose corn syrup.
Well, corn syrup.
Are they allowed to use that in England?
Yes,
I've read all the I've read ingredients of different fruit juices and
I'm pretty sure Coke has
fizzy
corn
drinks.
syrup in it.
I don't think it has high fructose corn syrup in it. I don't think they're allowed to actually use it in England. It's too bad for me. But yeah, man. I mean, the whole point is you're not actually meant to drink juice like that. You're not actually meant to take fruit in like that.
No, you're not.
That's like when,
fiber attached.
Yeah, that's like when people do the juicing thing. They're just basically taking the juice out of the fruit and leaving all the fiber.
Yeah, fiber's gone.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just basically, it's just sugar at that point. So you need the fiber to slow it down.
Your body don't know.
See, I know. I'm just reading this here, yeah. But I know this guy in it who got a gallstone, and it was through the drinking of fizzy drinks, and the drink he drank in particular was Diet Coke.
Yeah.
You know, because Diet Coke may not have sugar, but it has additives in it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be sweet, bruv. So somewhere down the line, it still has a form of sugar. You know what I mean?
Well, we can have the synthetic sugars.
Yeah, but when it's causing things like that, that's when you need to limit it, bruv. Like, it's all very well maybe having a drink a day. Do you know where people go wrong? Right. It's because they drink it, but they don't drink water.
What is that? Yeah, and you shouldn't just drink it.
Let me tell you now, I know enough people, that just bang out either squash, like Robinson squash, you know what I mean, fizzy drinks, whatever, bruv. You get what I mean? but they don't drink water.
None the wiser podcast.